following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WCW Tag Team Championship. On the way to the ring, he is one half of the WCW Tag Team Champions, N.W.O, Scott Tiger, and X-Pac. Introducing the challengers, Billy Kid Man, and The Fallen.
It has been quite an eventful night so far, and it continues with this Tag Team Championship match between the N.W.O and the Flock. We have Scott Steiner and Buff Bagwell representing the N.W.O associated with X-Pac as well on the outside. And we have Kidman and Saturn representing the Flock for that stable. Raven, the leader of the Flock, is unfortunately not able to show up at ringside as he was just taken out by Goldberg in the previous Raven Rules match, which was the last match of the night. As you see a huge clothesline coming out of the corner from Scott Steiner to Kidman. Billy Kidman getting turned around by Scott Steiner. Gonna get whipped into the enemy corner now. The N.W.O showing up in full force here tonight. So you get Kidman whipped around this ring. Atomic drop to a big boot. Big boot by Buff Bagwell into the face of Kidman. And a huge back body drop. Sending Kidman all the way across the ring. He's got him attacked in his own friendly corner. Kidman able to counter and put Buff Bagwell in the corner for a nice tag team maneuver. He's going to put Saturn up and do a nice assisted crossbody drop. You see Buff getting attacked by Saturn here. X-Pac writhing on the outside. Doesn't look so good, but a very nice overhead bulldog by Buff Bagwell. It's a tie-up once again. Buff Bagwell we have seen earlier tonight in the triple threat Four Horsemen match. He tried to interfere, but then was interrupted by Macho Man Randy Savage, who we also saw earlier in a match against Scott Hall. It's a very eventful match as we see Hurricane Rana from Saturn sending Buff Bagwell into the middle of the ring. Huge Hurricane Rana for such a big man as Saturn. As you see a chop block from behind with the more power game from Saturn. Missing that big high knee, but able to get a few strikes in and dodge that knee and drop to hold by Saturn. A very nice series of combinations. You see a nice side suplex by Saturn. Send him down to the ring. He's looking to perhaps tag in Billy Kidman. Billy Kidman has had a history with, very nice spear by Kidman coming right out of the gate. He has had a history with X-Pac on the outside. They met on the first night of WCW as we see Buff Bagwell trying to weaken that arm of Kidman. Normally with a cruiserweight, you want to try and weaken their legs so they might miss one of those large jumps they do off the top rope. On the first night of WCW, Billy Kidman was tackled through the barricade and counted out at a 10 count as he was passed out on the outside. The man who tackled him was X-Pac, and he is on the outside of this ring, representing part of the N.W.O, although not one of the Tag Team Champions. So you see that leg targeting begin by the great Scott Steiner. Big popper pump. You see a nice hip toss once again, keeping Kidman grounded. Knee to the face. And attacks to the back. Able to get a strike on Saturn as well. Another nice hip toss by Scott Steiner. Series of punches to the face by the tag team veteran, formerly tagged with his brother. As he get a nice... Actually, that was a spear countered by Scott Steiner into a DDT, I believe. As Scott Steiner runs to the outside and actually is taking off our announce table here. Is Saturn able to get tagged in? A running drop toe hold sends him down to the mat. And he gets a headlock onto Scott Steiner. He's going to send Scott Steiner back into the ring. Saturn with the elbow to the head. Now, on the outside, it's going to be much worse than a normal matchup. You actually have a 3-on-2 situation on the outside with X-Pac able to interfere here. We have Kidman holding back. Big Papa Pump will. Saturn takes a bit more of a breather. He's actually the fresh man here, but he's taking a bit of his time as Kidman actually dodges away out of a tackle from Scott Steiner and sends him down to the mat. Below. Nice strike and a nice boot to the head of Scott Steiner from Billy Kidman. Saturn getting to the ring quick this time. Kidman doing a very good job of distracting Scott Steiner, but Saturn able to get grabbed by Steiner and do a nice belly-to-belly suplex by Steiner. Tie up once again. Armbar into a headlock. Gonna go for a nice, very stall suplex. Very nice landing straight on his back. Grabbing the back of Saturn once again. Very nice side suplex. Hip toss by Scott Steiner. He's doing a very good job of controlling Saturn here. But Saturn able to whip him into the corner. A neutral corner here, not his allied corner. A series of kicks in the corner by Saturn here. I'm not sure how many that was, but it was quite a lot. As we get a nice stomp to the gut. And a boot to the face. Oh, grinding that boot against the face of Scott Steiner. And that elbow connecting a bit, but not quite all that he wanted there. As we get another nice side suplex of the strength of Big Papa Pump. Saturn getting picked up here. Parry Saturn with an armbar. And a nice suplex. Connecting with Steiner now. We got a full Nelson suplex there. Landing Scott Steiner on his head. He's very close to his tag partner here. Saturn's going to want him whip him out of that corner if he wants to keep Steiner down. Nice head toss towards his allied corner will keep him. He's trying to space himself in between Buff Bagwell and Scott Steiner. But that arm drag takedown put him a bit closer here. We get a nice leg drop by Saturn. Saturn actually controlling Steiner very well right now. But as I say that, Steiner gets some more control back. And gets a nice belly-to-belly suplex. Turns him over. He's going to go for a Cobra Clutch. This is one of his finishers here. As he gets a huge cinch in on that Cobra Clutch. Trying to choke out and bring that back, arching that back of Saturn. Buff Bagwell was not able to interrupt Kidman, but was able to take enough time of Kidman to not interrupt that submission maneuver by Scott Steiner. Tripping up that leg, landing him on that back, going for a quick pin. 1, 2, 3. Scott Steiner with a quick victory. N.W.O defends their title. Scott Steiner attacking Buff Bagwell. A lot of things going on earlier tonight with Buff Bagwell, but we didn't expect this. A concerto from Saturn and Steiner.